Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
This isn't fun. Happy Tuesday. It's the 18th day of February, and it's our daily show on this 4-degree snowy morning. Man, it is not fun out there. If you can stay in for a little bit, I'd go ahead and do so. The main roads are all but okay. You know, the busy roads are fine, but if you're trying to get out of your neighborhood and maybe just downtown, it could be, anywhere really around the 618, it could give you some trouble, whether or not you're in Edwardsville, Granite, or you name it. So if you have the chance, stay inside today for a couple of hours and kick back and relax. We got a decent show for you guys today. Coming down the pipeline, Shannon Stelling's going to call in. We had to reschedule a couple of our guests just due to the inclement weather, and they would much rather be in studio with all of us. So we're going to push some of those back. But Shannon joins us at 9:30, and then at 10:30 we might have another conversation, but I'll be in here with you, and we'll have some fun. It's 4 degrees, and let's dive right into top of the hour news because, well, ain't much more to do on this snowy Tuesday. An investigation is underway, and Chris Rhodes has been covering this story since it began yesterday. RiverBender.com has been staying right on top of this. Authorities are investigating the death of a man that was discovered early Monday morning in a residence on Bonds Avenue in East Alton. Police arrived at approximately 3:45 a.m. to find a deceased white male in the basement. The man's identity has not been released at the time of the posting, and the cause of the death still under investigation. Notably, the evidence of a recent fire, including burnt debris, was located in the same room. The Illinois State Crime Scene investigators and fire marshals have joined the ongoing probe, while officials continued interviewing witnesses and pursuing leads. Further information pending, and once again, we will keep you updated. In Fairview Heights, educators voiced their concerns over the possible elimination of the Department of Education during a roundtable hosted by Congresswoman Nikki Budzinski and the Illinois Federation of Teachers. Teachers highlighted the potential negative impacts, including larger class sizes and reducing funding for special needs education if Title I funding is lost, with Illinois relying on nearly $800 million from the department. Many fear that cuts could lead to job losses and resource shortages. Speakers at the rally urged the community to advocate against the plans to eliminate the Department of Education, emphasizing the role public school plays in supporting all students. And this is, like we said, a recap of that educators' rally against the potential dismantling of the Department of Education in Fairview Heights with Congresswoman Budzinski and the Illinois Federation of Teachers. That full write-up available on RiverBender.com. An overnight fire in the 1200th block of State Street left a home fully engulfed in flames, prompting a swift response from local firefighters and neighboring agencies. The Alton Fire Department received the call around 11 p.m. on February the 16th and battled the blaze into the early hours of yesterday morning. Deputy Fire Chief Matt Fisher reported that challenges posed by the terrain and frigid conditions, and Godfrey Fire Protection provided relief crews to support the Alton firefighters. The cause of the fire is under investigation, and thankfully, no injuries have been reported. Yesterday, a one-car crash on McCluskey Road resulted in injuries to two occupants And Jersey County Sheriff Nick Manns reported that a 30-year-old male and a 34-year-old female were in the vehicle at the time of this accident. Both individuals taken to Jersey Community Hospital for treatment, with the male later being flown to a hospital in St. Louis for further medical care. Details surrounding this incident remain unclear as authorities continue to investigate. A couple of more stories today. The Alton Police Department recently responded to the report of a dog fight involving reported strays on Liberty Street in Alton. Officers arrived to find an active altercation between two dogs, prompting one officer to discharge his firearm, resulting in the death of one dog. Animal control officers later attempted to restrain the remaining aggressive dog, which was also shot. A resident sustained a minor injury from a dog bite but declined medical treatment. Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford expressed sadness over the incident, emphasizing that no officer wants to use their firearm, whether against humans or animals. In positive news today, the cookie factory has officially relocated, and owner Sarah Kinder is thrilled with the positive changes. Here's what we know. Since moving to 192 Alton Square Mall Drive, the bakery's business has doubled, attracting many new customers and increasing foot traffic. A ribbon-cutting ceremony on February the 15th celebrated the new location, which offers more space, sunlight, and a cozy atmosphere. Kinder expressed her gratitude for the support of Alton community as the shop prepares to unveil new menu items, including homemade pastries and expanded breakfast and lunch options. With nearly 45 years in the community, Cookie Factory looks forward to a bright future. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this morning. Let's look at weather. Why not? You know what's happening out there. It's 4 degrees. There is that winter weather advisory that has been issued, and it will last until tomorrow morning. Additional snow accumulations between 1 to 5 inches in the St. Louis Metro East and portions of South, Central, and Southwest Illinois, along with Central and East Central Missouri. Until 6 a.m. Wednesday, travel could be very difficult is what they're advising. The hazardous conditions could impact the Tuesday morning, which they already are, and evening commutes. So be careful out there. Right now, temperatures, 4 degrees. It feels like -1. Today, frigid with snow and flurries at times. It will accumulate to up to an additional inch. Now, here's where it gets a little bit interesting because this map keeps changing all over the place, and well, I'm not going to guess for anybody. Tonight, here's what we're claiming. Tonight, frigid with snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches. Snow total will be around 3 to 6 in our area, so expect another 1 to 3 inches of snow this evening. Streets and sidewalks will be snow-packed and slippery. Be careful and make sure that you're taking care of all the folks out there that maybe have some mobility issues or maybe have some trouble getting in and out of the house, and making sure that they're all safe today too. So there you go. That's a look at what we can expect in snow. Air quality is 25, which is good, and temperatures, well, those things aren't good. We're only going to reach 12 degrees today. If we even do that, we will drop down to 6 overnight as we head into Wednesday on the 19th of February. Wednesday, a high of 18, a low of -2. On Thursday, a high of 18, a low of 1. On Friday, a high of 28. We're warming up, a low of 14. And on Saturday, a high of 42 and a low of 22 degrees with partly sunny skies. So there is hope in the next 5 days. As it sits at 9:13, it is 4 degrees and it's snowing right here in the heart of the 618. And you're going to see those flurries throughout the rest of the afternoon. And then let's take a quick little look at our extended weather map for you, just because I like to showcase this and all the great weather things we have on RiverBender.com. I'm not a meteorologist, so I can say weather things. As you can see, by 2 o'clock, or that's 12, by 12, you're going to start seeing that come in. There's 2, 3, 4, and then by 10 o'clock, you're going to start seeing that trickle on in and hanging over us for a little bit, and by Wednesday morning, it's all out of here. So we'll see what happens. I'm in it for a snow day, though. I think I'm the only one in the office today just because I, can't do a show from my kitchen yet, but I am trying. Hey, it's 9:14, and before I take a quick break and fill you in on what's coming down the pipeline, let me fill you in on Absolute Healthcare. New supporter of the show. Really excited to have Deb Ross on and getting to fill you in on her, because think about this. especially in snow days and in days of just kind of high impact days, or what I call them, with massive thunderstorms, tornadoes, and you never know. If you're taking care of a loved one, have that additional stress, especially if, maybe that older adult in your life is by themselves and they're on a CPAP machine. What happens if the power goes off and they need that machine, and if they get sick, maybe they're even on oxygen. I mean, let's talk real here. And that's why I think it's great to talk about Absolute Healthcare, because they're there for you when you and your loved one need it the most. I mean, there is nothing that's more challenging than making that decision on who and where, your loved one receives proper care, even yourself. And for so many people, they want to stay in their own home, and they're more than capable of doing so. They just need a little bit of help. And, Absolute Healthcare doesn't just do that. It's not just personalized in-home care. It's not just skilled nursing services. It's not mobility and support services. It's not just that 24/7 and emergency support. It's all of it. And that's what Absolute Healthcare has been doing for this community for over 20 years. Whether or not you need them for yourself or you need them for a loved one, I highly encourage you to call Deb and her experienced team at 618-466-1010. That's 618-466-1010, or visit ahcsllc.com. That's the first time in 3 days I got that website right on the first try. ahcsllc.com. And don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. All right, we'll take a quick break, but let's take a look at downtown Alton. See how we're looking on this snowy Saturday. More Daily Show next.
When you're coming home, I can't go on. Turn to stone. When you are gone, I turn to stone.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor, Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget. His economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. On RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you in the nose. 10:33, a little bit of change. It's been a while, Jody. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, hanging in there. You know, Valentine's Day, and we're just getting through it down here, you know?
Yeah, just getting through it.
How's everything going at Hope?
It's going great. It's going great. We've been really busy. Lots of people to serve, and kind of expanding our services too to make sure that we're getting the biggest impact as possible.
Well, and on top of that too, we have Glow Bingo that's set for the 20th, which is just in 6 days, where folks can come in and really be a part of this overall mission of what Hope does throughout the region, and really fill me in on that too, because it's been a while.
Yeah. We started having our Glow Bingo event in Edwardsville a few years ago, and it's a great way to kind of get out in that community. We have several programs in the Edwardsville community in Glen Carbon. We've got our autism clinics. We have our Hope Learning Academy as well, and really just trying to kind of expand our footprint in that area. And it's a really great area. We love being a part of the community. Everyone there is so great.
Well, and since we talked last too, fill me in on the growth, if you could, in that area, and just some of the things you've been able to accomplish in the last calendar year.
Sure. Yeah. We started our school down there a couple of years ago, but we have since expanded to high school too.
Wow.
So we serve individuals who are, kindergarten-ish age to 8th grade. And then also we have a separate school for high school age students as well who, have developmental disabilities. We have several autism clinics also in the area, and those are serving primarily preschool age kiddos with an autism diagnosis.
Wow. Well, and really just for the folks in the region to know that throughout the course of a young life, you guys have them covered no matter what that situation could be. And I think that's so important to know going into Glow Bingo, which you guys really have made such a fun event. I mean, last year we were talking about it. We saw the videos, and it was just so unique to see so many people having fun for a great cause.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anytime we can get people together to celebrate our mission, we are all for it. But a lot of the events that we do are a lot of fun. Glow Bingo is no exception. It's a really great event. I'd never played Glow Bingo before up until a few years ago. And so it's a different experience. If you've never done it, you come in, everything's like got black lights, everything does glow in the dark. But it's a lot of fun. There's lots of music. It's very high energy, lots of chances to win other prizes too, aside from just the regular bingo. And people bring snacks in, everyone just kind of comes with like a team, and it's a really, really great time.
And are tickets still available?
Yes, tickets are available. They are $25 in advance, and they will be $30 at the door. You can check out our website, hope.us, for links to purchase those tickets.
On top of that, too, I'm nosy, Jody. What type of prizes am I going to win?
They're cash prizes. So we'll do, every round, someone will get a cash prize. And then in addition to that, we'll do things like heads and tails and a 50-50. So lots of other opportunities, too, if you're maybe not quite hitting all those bingos.
So basically,
prizes.
We can pay off our Valentine's Day spend by going to Hope Bingo and winning big.
I hope so, yes.
Well, and I'm sure for your guys' staff and for the volunteers and the folks that are part of Hope as a whole, it's got to be a great night to come together and let the hair down a little bit too and kind of enjoy your mission.
Absolutely. Like I said, we love to have fun here. We do very, very important work, but we have fun while we're doing it. Yeah. And events like this are really a great way for us to showcase that and let our staff, like you said, let their hair down a little bit, have some fun. We don't make them, do too many things outside of that. But it is a really great time. It's a really great time for everyone to come together and just really support our mission and feel like they're part of it too.
Well, and, on top of that, I think it's so important to really, realize that you guys are always evolving too. And this is just something I picked up from your website. I mean, and just, social media and things that you all are doing leading up to the interview is that you're actively advocating not just for one region, you're advocating for the entirety of a population.
Yes. Yeah, we do. That is a big part of our mission. We consider ourselves the best advocates for the individuals we serve, aside from them and their families too. Right. But we do everything from just trying to make sure that our mission of inclusion is out there, making sure that, everyone understands that even if an individual has a developmental disability, that doesn't mean that they can't be, a really great member of the community. Yeah. We have lots of vocational programs as well, in addition to education.
Well, and it ties in, Jody, there was a couple of times we've had like a Challenge Unlimited on our show where, their goal is to provide employment opportunities for folks that that have developmental disabilities, such as autism or you name it, and I think it's very important for folks to know that, with advocates like you, organizations like Hope and other foundations, it's not just a quality of life, it's a true life that's being lived when there should be no barrier anyway.
Correct. And that really is the end goal for us. No matter when a person comes to us for services, our end goal is that they are going to have a better outcome in their life. Whether they start with us when they're preschool age and maybe they are nonverbal, we will give them the ability to communicate, right? But we're never taking away that core center of who they are as a person. Like we celebrate their differences and we celebrate who they are. We just give them some tools to help them, a little bit further in their lives.
Just incredible. And if you're just tuning in, coming down the pipeline in just 6 days, the 20th of February, where are we having this at, Jody?
This is going to be at the Moose Lodge, which is at 7371 Marine Road in Edwardsville. Doors open at 5. The bingo starts at 6, so you have plenty of time to get there, get checked in, get ready to go. Like I said, they're $25 in advance. We do have a student option too, which is a $20 ticket.
Wow.
And $30 at the door, and then $25 for students at the door too.
This is cool. Now, you've been around the Glow Bingo horn a couple of times now, so I got to ask you, is there like some talented bingo players that come to this? Because I don't want to get intimidated,
Yes. Yeah. Just like everything else we do, I think bingo is open for everybody. But I will say there are people who come who they love bingo and they love Glow Bingo. So they are seasoned professionals.
They bring out the little trolls and put them on the table.
Yeah,
and they're
yes. All of their trinkets and their tchotchkes that bring luck.
Well, this is just fantastic. It's a great opportunity for the public to come together and this is really what it is. It's all about fun. Now, last year, who was doing the Glow Bingo for you? Who provides the entertainment? I remember we talked about it a little bit. Who's doing that again this year?
Yeah, we contract with a company who comes out and does everything. And the hosts it's a family run business, but they're fantastic. I don't know, they do this multiple times a week. The pure thought of it makes me want to just take a nap, but they find some energy way down deep inside of them and they just turn it on. They dress up. It's so much fun. So much fun.
Do you have a moment to stick around through a commercial break? I don't do Zoom breaks very much, but I got to take one last break and I think we have more to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. We'll come back with more of Hope and their Glow Bingo that's set for the 20th at the Edwardsville Moose Lodge. Big venue, by the way, at the Edwardsville Moose Lodge. A lot of people can go in there. We'll take a quick break. Jody will come back with us right after this on RiverBender.com.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing? We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I didn't hit skip. I didn't skip any break. I don't want to hear it from nobody. Welcome back, Daily. Welcome back, Daily Show, hitting you in the nose on this 14th day of February. It's Valentine's Day. Back with Jody. I did not skip that last one. I didn't do it.
I didn't see anything.
Getting back into this Hope Glow Bingo, which is set for the 20th. Is the 20th a Saturday or a Friday? I am like getting my days soaked.
It's a Thursday.
Oh, well, that helps. Oh, man. So Thursday, February, I don't have my calendar in front of me for my listeners that like to take shots at me. But 220 is a Thursday. What time does it start again?
Doors open at 5. Bingo starts at 6, and it will go on for a few hours after that.
Really cool. And now, if we're a little bit late, is it one of those that if we're late we kind of miss out, or do we need to get there before call time? You think?
I would get there before 6, just so you don't miss out on any of the gameplay. If you're worried about that, but we don't turn anyone away, so you can come whenever, and we'll accept you.
And now, I know it's individual tickets, but can folks come with a group of friends and sit next to each other while they're playing?
Yes, absolutely. And we actually see that quite a bit.
Okay.
People will come in a group of friends, or, it's all individual play. So you're not really playing as a team, but people come and reserve whole tables. We have lots of space for everybody, lots of space to spread out to. But yeah, it's a big group activity I think people like to do.
And if, someone because flu's running around like crazy right now down here, if someone gets sick and they maybe miss out on it, can they still support Hope, outside of Glow Bingo?
Yes. We have donation links on our website as well, but we have lots of other events that we do too. And we're hoping to do maybe another event in the springtime in Edwardsville. That's more of an outdoorsy, festival where people can come. So there's always ways to support Hope. We are open to anything that anybody would like to do.
That's so cool. And I think it's great that you guys always try to make it a point to be, reactive to the community and what folks are kind of interested in as well. And, going back to the kind of first portion of this interview, just take us through one more time, just, kind of what this night means in terms of funding, all of that good stuff, just some of what this night will go towards.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, we've been growing into these other locations. So anytime we do an event in a specific location, the proceeds from that event will stay in that community.
Wow.
So we do lots of events in Springfield, where we're headquarters, Springfield, Illinois. But these will go directly to the clinics and the schools that we have in the Edwardsville community. And so we are a nonprofit. A lot of our funds that we raised, we need them desperately for extra services that we provide to the kiddos that we serve and our clients. So, a lot of our services just are the money we get goes right back into the services, but this will go towards extra things like any kind of technology that our kids need, any, sensory equipment that they need. If anyone needs any extra clothing for anything, or, arts and craft supplies, or anything that's going to kind of help us to further that therapeutic goal that we have.
Well, and it's really, really important. And I wanted to go back to it because just that portion of loan of, whatever you raise in that specific community stays within that specific community, because that is a concern of sometimes of folks, because they do want to invest local, and they are with Hope.
Yeah, and I think it's something that we really try to communicate, especially as we've grown some more, and that's why we try to have these events in these different locations too, because we very much appreciate being parts of communities like Edwardsville, where everyone is so welcoming of us and they're so helpful, and we've really met some great people there, and we have some great partnerships. And so we want to just make sure that everyone knows that this is serving the kids that we serve in that community specifically.
It's so vitally important. And, Jody, going forward, is there anything else coming down the pipeline in terms of programming or in terms of things you're looking to add on in 2025?
Yes, actually, we will be opening a diagnostic center in the Metro East area coming up soon.
You buried the headline. That's big news. Where's that going to be at? Where's it going to be at?
That's going to be kind of serving that Metro East St. Louis area. We are going to open that in hopefully the spring, summer.
Rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
The entertainer, and I know just where I stand. Another serenader and another long-haired band. Today I am your champion. I may have won your hearts, but I know the game.
Welcome back. 9:37. A little bit of change. Oh, home builders and remodelers. Shannon on the line. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday, snowy Tuesday, CJ.
That indeed. That indeed. Well, how are you guys doing? Are you in the office today, or are you doing a work from home?
I'm doing a work from home right now. I got to head out after our call to go to a couple places, but I told my admin stay home today.
That's a very good call. See, always looking out for everybody at Home Builders Remodelers. With that being said, Shannon, I haven't had a chance to talk with you for about a month. Third Tuesday of the month it falls to you, and we're closer and closer. We got the Wish Home Raffle, the Home Expo, and more.
There's so much going on, CJ. So the first thing I want to talk about this morning is make sure everybody is aware on February 27th at 5 o'clock, from 5 to 8 p.m., Ozzie Smith will be at the Wish Home in Troy, Illinois to meet and greet people.
That's really cool. And what date is that again?
It's February 27th. It's a Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. People can come out. They can tour the Wish Home. They can meet Ozzie. There's going to be some pre-signed pictures he'll have available. And if you decide you want to get a Wish ticket while you're there, you can get your picture taken with him. And there's no cost to come. Where the public is welcome, bring the kids. It's going to be a fun night.
This is awesome, and tickets are just really great. So if you guys haven't realized yet, after tuning into this show for the last couple of months with me and Shannon, you have a chance to win a home valued over $500,000 located in Troy, or the winner can select to receive $300,000 in cash for $100 per ticket.
And there's other prizes. They can win a hot tub. They can win a security package, a massage every month for a year. And you know what's the best about all of this, CJ, is that this project is to support Make-A-Wish in Illinois and Make-A-Wish in Missouri. And there are over 2,000 kids right now in those two states waiting for wishes to come true that are critically ill. And some of those kids won't make it. Some will. But it's a wonderful cause. It's better odds than the lottery. And, you get a chance to win something and be part of something special.
Well, it really defines what the HBR is about, too, because, your home is only as going to be as good as, your family dynamic and what the morale is. Yep. And what Make-A-Wish does in the most, trying of times is just incredible.
They make such an impact to these kids that impacts their whole family. And what's crazy is the stories. I've met adults now that did, have dealt with their critical illness their whole life, that have lived, that had wishes 20 years ago, or 18 years ago, 15 years ago, and how that impacted their life and made a difference and made them want to help others. There's a girl who at 12 years old was diagnosed 3 years ago with a bad disease, and she's critical. And her wish at 12 was to get a Scooby-Doo mystery van. And everybody looked at her and kind of said, "You're 12. Why do you want a mystery van?" And her answer was, "I want to take that van to every hospital that I can where kids are sick so they can have fun with it." She just got her wish granted about 4 months ago at the age of 15. That's incredible. They want to give back, So the HBR said, we got to get involved with this organization. We've got to make a difference in these kids' lives. And the exciting thing is, this is going to be the first annual Wish Home. So we're already in the works for the 26th Wish Home, and there's some exciting information coming about that one as well. But right now, we need everybody to go out and get their $100 raffle ticket. Our goal is to sell 20,000. We're not there yet. We need the help of the St. Louis, the Missouri and Illinois communities to make us hit that goal.
This is where I come in. What are you guys doing? Tax season's coming up, and you're going to get smoked. It doesn't matter. It don't. You know that you're going to have to pay Uncle Sam, so might as well take a $100 chance and not waste it on a slot machine. You have a chance to, either take the home or $300,000. That's a good prize, Shannon. And plus the golf cart, the hot tub, the smart home security system. By the way, monitoring paid for a year. There you go. That's completely amazing. You got Smooth Moves massage therapy, and then that beautiful hot tub, and then the $10,000 fence.
Yes, from Chesley Fence. Yeah. And spend $100, help make these wishes come true. We will do the drawing live on April 29th on Fox 2 News, is where the drawing is going to take place. And hopefully we can call in maybe to you too, CJ, at that time.
That's what I was
thinking. And you can be part of that live drawing.
I was thinking I could simulcast it or something over here and pull
Yeah. Maybe you could be at the house that day with us doing your broadcast.
Be like a takeover,
Exactly.
But Shannon, and I really, not to cut you off, but I really mean this. I hope folks realize that on top of, all the work that you do, and we've talked about that, for over a year now with the advocacy for your members, but in industry, but also just going back to the big community side, you guys are focusing so many efforts on getting youth involved in the trades, most importantly, and also this, where you're supporting 2 states of Make-A-Wish.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Yes.
huge.
It is big. I mean, another thing we've got going on right now that I want your audience to know, if there is a girl that is a senior in high school that is going to graduate this year and is going to go into any area of study that supports the home building industry, whether it be a contractor, developer, whether it be an engineer, a designer, an architect. We have scholarships that we're giving out to those girls. The deadline is April 30th to get those scholarships submitted to us. We will be awarding them the beginning of May, and they can contact the HBR office at 618-343-6331, or you can put my email out there, CJ, if they want to email the HBR office. So we've got money to give away to girls that are going to go into the home building industry in some way impact it. So we are all about supporting.
That's incredible. I was just had you love this. I just had Amron on, one of their lineman trainers, the coordinator.
Yep.
And he was talking about how many women younger women are getting involed in Amron and line. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you got how much? What's the scholarship amount up to?
It ranges anywhere from $500 to $2,500.
Wow.
And they're ranked based on, their applications. There's a packet that needs to be filled out. And our professional women in building within the HBR are the ones that give those scholarship out and awards them. There's a team of 12 people that evaluate the applications, rank, and then we distribute the scholarship money. And, we are about our communities, because our builders that own these companies that build the homes or provide the products like Lisi Lumber, RP Lumber, Fisher Lumber, they all live in our communities. We're not companies that are out of New York or Florida. They're all every member we have is local to the metro area, whether they're in St. Louis or they're in the major 4 counties on this side of the river. And they want to make a difference in their communities. They want to have, make an impact. So we're constantly doing projects like Make-A-Wish, the scholarship program. We're getting ready to award scholarships to 6 schools in the area for their trades programs through our Remodelers Council. We're going out and visiting those schools and those students and giving them money and say, go buy some equipment you need, get some more tools, help a kid that needs it. So it's really important that we not just talk about the industry, but that we're supporting our communities the industry is in.
Well, and on top, you hit it, and then on top of that, your members are always supporting outside of the organization too. So it's just really great network of just support from all aspects of home life.
Yes,
cool.
And we all got to work together, right?
Yeah.
We work with the politicians, we work with our local legislators, we work with our local mayors, our economic development directors in all the municipalities, and it's about promoting our area, making sure people have quality homes to live in, and that they have the resources that they need that they can trust.
Right.
That's the biggest thing, is that consumers can trust the Home Builders and Remodelers Association as part of the National Association of Home Builders. Nobody should think about using a contractor that's not part of our association, honestly. And, we always say, think HBR first. These people go through a process and they're held accountable. And consumers can trust us when they call and say, I'm looking for somebody to do this. Or they go on our website to use the directory. And it's, like I said, people in their local communities. So, and this Make-A-Wish project, again, get out there and buy your tickets. Help us out. We got to hit this goal of 20,000 tickets sold.
Well, and we're going to do it. Are we close? Are we over halfway there? Are we still living on prayers?
Not quite. We're getting there. We've got 2 months left and we're getting there. So we need everybody to support this project.
What? I just wanted to get this out real quick because we're on your website, and I always like to throw out that ways to win. So there's online. We can mail checks to you, correct?
Yep.
That's
Yes.
6100 West Main in Maryville, Illinois. That's 62062. And then Mark's Appliances is taken in person?
Yes, you can go to Mark's Appliances in Edwardsville and buy as many tickets as you want. They
about
are our
that?
retail location that has the tickets available.
How about that? I'm in. That's an easy. See, now you have no excuses. You've got to get a ticket
Right.
now. You know, I mean.
Or they can pick up the phone and call the 800 number and buy one right over the phone if you don't want to put your credit card into a system and go through the online. Call that 800 number. There's somebody mans those phones 24 hours a day for us.
There you go. And now, what's it mean, to have an Ozzie Smith and to have, all these major folks, and media that's a part. I mean, you have all this going with Fox 2, and then you have Ozzie, and you have all these components. Did you think it was going to be this big this first year?
You know me, CJ, I'm always the eternal optimist. So I had a goal, I had a plan, and it came together. The community opened their arms. We've got major sponsors like Associated Bank that said we want to be involved, City of Troy, Goalie Insurance, Morrison Plumbing, and they didn't hesitate. They said, and then we've got the builder that provided a home to us, C.A. Jones Homes, that said, yep, we're in. So, and then there's so many other sponsors like Mark's Appliances and TFH Construction. I can go on. And all these companies said we want to make a difference. And then I did a reach out to Ozzie. I've known him for a long time, and I said, I got something. I really think you would love getting involved with this. And he didn't blink an eye. And he's been involved with Make-A-Wish over the years. And he said, what a cool thing now that I've actually helped kids have wishes come true. Sometimes I was the wish back in the day. Right. And he said, I'd love to support this. So he said, let me come out to the house and let me meet the public and get people to come out there and tour the home.
That is so cool. I mean, that is really just what community's all about, too, and what makes our region, I think, so great. And, Shannon, with that being said, how do the early birds start? Do they start already?
The early bird is over. That was by January 31st, the early bird drawing. Yep. So that was the early bird for the golf cart. So we already have those people. There's probably, 6,000 people maybe in that drawing. So they've got a good chance. But so that ended on January 31st. Now it's for all the other prizes in the home, and those will all be drawn live on Fox 2, like I said, and hopefully with you, CJ, simulcastly sending out the drawings.
Oh,
so.
God, yeah, I'll be there. And then with that being said, when are you going to announce the early bird winner?
That'll be done on April 29th also.
Okay.
They're all drawn on the same day. We just have a cutoff of when you had to buy your tickets. So,
I gotcha. Yep. Well, this is cool, and see what I think. It's just every bit of this is fantastic. And now coming up on February the 27th from 5 to 7, correct, Shannon?
5 to 8. Mm-hmm.
5 to 8. You can tour this new beautiful home located at 1448. Is that Guilford Place?
Correct, Guilford Place in Troy. It's right off of Scott Troy Road when you're coming into Troy or leaving Troy.
This is awesome. And, for the folks that have come in and seen the house, I haven't asked you this yet. What are their takeaways from the property?
So there's been a couple of things. One is the energy efficiency of this home. The rating is off the charts.
Wow.
There's been some discussion about that. People are very impressed when they look at the information of how energy efficient this home is. 2, the construction of the home and how beautiful it is. There are so many details. For example, Tremlight St. Louis just got done last week putting permanent outdoor lighting on the home. The stuff that you can change colors and put designs in, and you've got it for all the holidays. So they donated that for the winner of this home. So the details, that there's a custom closet in the master bedroom that you could almost live in. The kitchen has 2 custom done pantries. 2 pantries in a kitchen. I'm like, I want that. And it's 1,800 square feet up. And then you have 1,800 square feet downstairs that's not finished, but it's been roughed in with your plumbing and electric so that you can finish that basement if you choose to.
That is so cool. And that's what I think's great. I mean, this is a big, for somebody to win that, especially, you aren't getting just a little piece of a house. You're getting a beautiful home. And, everyone that was
a big one.
Well, and everyone that was involved in that build was just fantastic from start to finish.
Yeah, it's amazing. And those same companies, some of those same companies I'm talking about, CJ, they're all going to be at the Home Expo that's coming up.
Well, and you know what we're doing now, Shannon, is I'm taking people on the virtual tour of 1448 Guilford Place, which is available on the HBR website as we were speaking. And you're right. I mean, the layout of this is just beautiful.
It is. There's so much room in there, and it's a perfect home for an individual, a couple, or even a family. So, you can go lots of ways with it.
Well, it takes me to my next point, because once you get into this home, well, maybe even a little bit beforehand, let's say you're so confident you're going to win this house. I mean, you've been praying on it. You know that the numbers are in your favor. You got to stop by the Home Expo first so you have ideas on what, maybe decorations you want to use.
Exactly.
Right? I don't
know.
So
the Home Expo is March 7th, 8th, and 9th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's at Belle Claire Fairgrounds. Friday, the show opens at 11 and it goes till 6. Saturday, it opens at 9 and goes till 6. And Sunday, it opens at 10 and goes to 3. And CJ, which day are you going to be at the show? Friday or Saturday?
Saturday. I'm going to be there Saturday morning, and just like last time, we had fun there the last time. We had a lot of fun there.
And you know what? We've got pet adoptions this year again with Partners for Pets. They're going to have live animals on site. There's published hours on the website that they'll be there, about 3 hours each day with puppies and kittens and dogs. So if you're looking for a fur baby to add to your family, you can take care of that at the show. We're going to have local youth performers all weekend again, from music to cheerleading to tumbling to dancing. We're going to be giving away about $25,000 in prizes over the 3 days, with a grand prize on Sunday of a permanent light package for your home installed by Trimlight, worth about $5,000.
Wow.
So there's a ton of stuff. Wreaths across America are going to be there this year, which is so cool, to have an organization say, we want to be at this show so people know what we do. And if you don't know what Wreaths Across America does, they put the wreaths on all of our soldiers that have passed away, whether they're fallen in battle or they've just passed away, of old age, at all of the veteran cemetery like Jefferson Barracks.
What's cool about that, Shannon, is Alton's Wreaths Across America we've had for 20 years now, and the last couple, 2 years ago, during the Uvalde school shooting massacre, our Wreaths Across America group actually donated their excess wreaths to that group.
Oh,
so isn't that amazing? We have such a wonderful.
That's amazing. I got goosebumps.
Yeah,
I got goosebumps, CJ.
We are just, and that's why I love when you said that. I'm like, wow, this is so cool, because that's really what this Home Expo really should be about, because there's so many aspects of a home. Yeah, you got to decorate, you got to do all of this, and that's
you got to build it, you got to fix it, you got to have appliances, but there's all those other pieces, right?
Right, 100%. And this is what I think so cool about it is, with a Wreaths Across, especially hearing a little bit more, and I'll love to talk with them during the show about maybe what Jefferson Barracks' process is like, and just kind of seeing that, because it really is such a unique opportunity. And then you got the Studio STO crew going to be there on Friday.
Yes, and you know what? I've got a big announcement about that. So they've just moved to a 9 o'clock news hour, the Studio STL. But for us, they're going to be broadcasting live at 9 o'clock for an hour and at noon for an hour. Whoa. So we're going to have 2 full hours of coverage from Fox 2 about the show. You can come out and meet Tim Zell, come out and meet Chelsea, and then there's going to be other celebrities all weekend. We've got Billy Greenwood from The Bull that's going to be there on Sunday. We've got Courtney Landrum that's going to be there on Saturday. You're going to be there on Saturday morning. So there's people who come out and meet. Any expert you want to talk to about something for your home, they're on site. It's a great place if you're thinking about building, thinking about doing a remodeling project, thinking about changing something in your home, inside or out. We have experts on hand that are more than happy to talk to you. You don't have to buy something necessarily, but there'll be product available if that's what you want to do. So it's a great place. We are basically sold out. There is about 5 booths left right now. If there's any vendors out there that want those last 5 spots, and we'll have almost 160 vendors at the show this year. That's incredible.
Well, and see, this is what I think so cool. I mean, 160 vendors, but also the fact that I don't know. Maybe you're giving away over $20,000 in prizes.
Every hour, we will be drawing anywhere from 3 to 4 winners every hour while they're there at the show walking around. And then the grand prize on Sunday, you don't have to be present, but it's better if you are for that big grand prize on Sunday.
Well, and now let's talk about this. Partners for Pets donation opportunity. Donate the following items, receive any extra entry into weekend giveaways. And now this can be a whole plethora of items, correct?
Correct. There was a list that's out there on the website, and it's really cool. Partners for Pets, their food is provided by Purina. So they're a program that doesn't really need the food, but they do need other things. They need bleach. They need collars. They need leashes. They need toys. They need gas cards. You'll get the dogs and get the dogs to people. So there's a whole list of very specific items that they really need to help the shelter. And this is a really strong organization in Illinois that adopts a lot of pets out. And they're constantly taking pets in. And you're going to have an opportunity to meet those animals that weekend and come add on to your family.
Well, and too, you got to be careful though, because last time I almost walked out with one of those damn things. Well, no, they brought those kittens over, and I was in, and I'm allergic to cats.
I'll take 3, please.
But I'm allergic.
Yeah. Right. No, don't do it, CJ. And so if they donate any of those pet items, they don't only get their first entry into the drawing, they're going to get a second entry into the drawing of all the prizes for the weekend. So it's a good way for us to help the adoption agency as well.
That is so cool, and it really is. And for all of you that are just tuning in, if you're kind of piecing in and out just to see kind of what's going on in terms of what our roads are looking like, just don't stay inside for a few hours. What are you doing today? It's 4.
Yes.
It's literally 5 degrees. But free parking, free admission, over 150 booths. This keeps getting bigger and bigger. Friday, March the 7th, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, 9 to 6, and then Sunday, 10 to 3. And then, of course, that one lucky grand prize winner from, your home form, is that Trimlight STL?
Yeah, Trimlight St. Louis, yep. And they're going to put up permanent lighting on someone's outside of their home for all the holiday occasions. Oh. And even, that lighting, which I'm learning, you can do it like as an afterglow type lighting of your house the whole year if you want. It doesn't have to be holiday lights. It doesn't have to be colored. There's different shades of white and bright. So it's a really cool enhancement to someone's home.
Wait, are we meeting and greeting Clydesdale? Or is that are we on the wrong schedule here?
Yeah, the new schedule's going up. The Clydesdales will not be there this year.
Oh, dang it. Sorry, I was getting
Sorry, the Clydesdales won't be there. But we are going to have Aragon, who is becoming very well-known kids between the ages of 11 and 15 with a rock band that you cannot believe that they're kids when you listen to them. And they're going to be there from 2 to 5 on Saturday. We've got the Special Olympic cheerleaders. They're a gold-winning team from the Germany Special Olympics, and they'll be there at noon on Friday. We've got 2 or 3 dance troupes. We've got a couple other music groups that are performing. So there's stuff going on all weekend on the main stage.
That's awesome. And Shannon, before I let you go, it's already been a half hour. Look at that.
I know.
What else can we get out there today for our snowed-in audience?
There's some things that are coming up, and the next time we talk in March that we're going to talk about. With our new administration, there's been changes that are impacting the home building industry, some in a great way, and some things that we're working through. But there's hope on the horizon. It looks like interest rates are going to be coming down, and we are working. The National Association of Home Builders is aggressively working with President Trump and his team to work on some of the tariffs being adjusted that have been put in place that will impact the home building industry. And we are very hopeful that will be happening.
I know that the steel one was a big one. I know that there was a lot of concern over steel.
Yep.
With that being said,
but it's something that they're open to adjusting and working with us on. We've been in intense conversations. Timber from Canada, drywall material from Canada, but they're open to the discussions, and it's going back and tweaking these things. So we are very hopeful.
Well, that's actually great to hear, Shannon. Thank you for filling me in on that. I'm very interested to talk more about that as we get closer. And going to be a busy week in Washington. The press team's very active today.
It is. It is.
Shannon, with that being said, what's the best way to get all this information and get our tickets for the Wish Home raffle?
The best way to get information on all of this is go to hbrmea.org. There's a page on there for the Wish Home, all the information for the home shows on there, and a way to learn about all the builders and contractors that are in our association when you need their services, or to reach out to me.
Really cool. Well, Shannon, always great talking to you. You always make my kind of crummy, glummy, snowy day always a little bit brighter. You made it feel like Miami down here, Shannon. Thank you so much for that. We'll take a quick break.
Thanks, CJ. I'll see you at the show.
No problem. We'll take a quick break. 10:03, that's the time. More Daily Show right after this.
Oh no, another bad headache? Yeah. Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you at 10:06. A little bit of change. Top of the hour news now. We'll take you right. Sorry, my apologies. I was making sure I didn't miss anything. Top of the hour news at 10:06 on this snowy Tuesday. It's 6 degrees. It's warming up out there. But here's what you need to know. We got a busy one for you in the news, and this is where I can take you to our daily email update. It's called Around the Riverbend. 70,000 plus people in the know each and every day, and on Saturdays. This has your daily dose of local news, all of the most pertinent news stories, plus event listings, classified, statewide news, and national news, sports, and so much more every morning at 7:30. I highly encourage you to join us and the tens of thousands that get around the Riverbend. We'll take you right to Breeze first. A 49-year-old woman from Breeze, Susan Hilmas, tragically lost her life in her after her vehicle crashed into a pond just a few days ago. The incident occurred when her car failed to navigate a turn near Rod and Gun Road and ended up submerged with only the rear wheels visible. Her husband, Stephen, 65, was injured but managed to escape and attempted to rescue her. Despite his efforts and those of the first responders, she was pronounced deceased at St. Joe's Hospital. Investigations into the circumstances surrounding this incident are ongoing as a fallen power pole complicated these efforts. Also in the news today, a 10-year-old boy, Jacob James, tragically lost his life in a residential fire in Verdon on the morning of February the 15th, just a few days ago. He was pronounced deceased at the scene due to smoke inhalation, as confirmed by Macoupin County Coroner Anthony Carvania. An autopsy conducted on the 17th of February revealed the cause of death. The circumstances surrounding the fire are under investigation by both the Macoupin County Coroner and the Office of the State Fire Marshal. Authorities have yet to release further details on the cause of the blaze as they continue their inquiries into this heartbreaking incident. Authorities are also investigating the death of a man discovered early Monday morning in a residence on Bonds Avenue in East Alton. Police arrived at around 3:45 a.m. to find a deceased white male in the basement. The man's identity has not been released at this time, and the cause of death is still under investigation. Notably, evidence of a recent fire, including burnt debris, were located in the same room. The Illinois State Crime Scene investigators and fire marshals have joined the ongoing probe while officials continue interviewing witnesses and pursuing leads. Further information is pending. Finally in the news today, an overnight fire in the 1200th block of State Street left a home fully engulfed in flames, prompting a swift response from local firefighters and neighboring agencies. The Alton Fire Department received the call around 11 p.m. on February the 16th and battled the blaze into the early hours of February the 17th. Deputy Fire Chief Matt Fisher reported that the challenges posed by the terrain and frigid conditions. The Godfrey Fire Protection District provided relief crews to support the Alton firefighters, and the cause is still under investigation. At this time, we will keep you posted as we relayed that information. Let's take a look at weather, shall we? It's 10:10, and it's 6 degrees. We got a little bit of a reprieve from that snow until about this afternoon. Today, frigid with that snow and flurries at times. They'll accumulate up to an inch until we see that next phase. Untreated surfaces will be slippery. Tonight, frigid with snow. It's all going to depend on where that line falls yet again, my friends, accumulating to another up to 3 inches of snow. Totals will be between 3 and 6 inches. Streets and sidewalks will be snow-packed and they will be slippery. Air quality today ranked at 25. Temperatures reach just 12 degrees today, and they'll drop down to 6 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of only 18, a low of -2. On Thursday, a high of 20 degrees, a low of 3. And on Friday, a high of 28, a low of 17. And on Saturday, sunny skies, a high of 42, and a low of 22 degrees. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's a look at what's happening now. It is 10:11 on this 18th day of February. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. You know, why don't you just go to a place where dinner's made easy, like Carver's Barbecue? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is what I'm trying to talk to you about. You know, Carver's Barbecue truly is the best at what they do, and that's just award-winning barbecue for you, your family, and for everybody to enjoy, really, at any time of day for any occasion. You know, at Carver's Barbecue, I always give you the whole lowdown about how my family and I, man, we cater. We cater. We do not cook for Christmas, Easter anymore, Thanksgiving. We let Carver's do it for us. But, you know, let's not talk catering. Let's just talk dinner, you know, because dinner truly is made easy at Carver. Why cook when Carver's Barbecue has you covered? With options like their pick 2 or pick 3 platters, you can enjoy pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, paired with those great sides like cheesy potatoes or even those baked beans. They've got meals for every appetite, including a dinner for 2 special loaded with a whole rack of ribs and all those fixins. Visit Carver's at 2716 Groveland Street in Godfrey, or Carver's Barbecue online. That's Carver's BBQ online. And don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Alrighty. Let's take a look at Downtown Alton. More Daily Show next.
Baby, don't change your mind. Don't change it. Be strong and leave the past behind. Baby, don't change your mind. Don't change it. Don't change it.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 9:22, a little bit of change on this Monday morning, the 17th day of February. All right, Alice, I'm going to be honest with you here. I may or may not have said that Inauguration Day was President's Day because I knew it was Martin Luther King Day, and I don't know why I said it was President's Day. I think they should move it to the 20th of January because you're already there. Might as well make it your day.
That's
officially.
True.
I don't know. I'm kind of complaining for nothing here. It's the calm before the snowstorm tomorrow, and everything's looking good for Striding and Surviving ahead of your vendor market.
Yes, it is.
How's everything going just for the organization as a whole?
Actually, pretty good. We have been working hard on our Fuel the Cure program, and last year we were able to help 85 individuals with gas cards, and we donated more than 800 care packages to local cancer care centers. So it's been a busy year, but a good year. So
well, it's really incredible though that you've been able to help that many people, and just for the folks that are tuning in to realize that there's that much of a need too.
Yes, actually, this was our second year. Our first year was a bit slower. I think it was around 30 people that we were able to help, and so it's really rewarding. We constantly get thank you notes from the people that have received the gas cards and that, and it's nice to know that you're able to help somebody.
Well, I think that it's one of those things where so many times, the battle of a lifetime, which we've talked about before a couple of years ago, but when you're in that moment and you're trying to just to focus on your health, those things, like gas cards and making sure you even have, the daily necessities sometimes becomes second thought because you're just so you're focused on your health,
Right.
And money.
And a lot of people, they have just gotten hit with a huge bill.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do their treatments. And so we've received a few people's messages saying it hit them at just the perfect time, that they had just gotten a large bill, and that really helped them get through some stuff. So.
And now, how did you start this Fuel the Cure program with Striding and Surviving?
Well, originally we were working with another group out of Breeze, and they had a gas card program. So we've donated approximately $30,000 to that program.
Whoa.
And one of our volunteers wanted to raise some money during the COVID times, and so she was making face masks, and all she really wanted to do was make like a $250 donation to our cause. But so many people wanted face masks that she actually is the reason that we were able to start Fuel the Cure, because she sold so many masks during that time. So that is one of the good things that came out of COVID, that we were able to help other people.
Just incredible. And, folks, if you're just tuning in, Striding and Surviving, 2 core missions: to raise awarenesses of cancer, as well as raise funds for cancer research and patient services. And a majority of that is it's supporting cancer research and wanted to help families going through cancer treatment. So with these gas card programs, it really provides that just a little bit of relief for somebody, that they don't have to worry about gas of all things when they're trying to take care of their health, and like you said, worry about ridiculous amounts of medical debt.
Right. Yeah, we would like to do more. And maybe at some point we'll have the funding to do more. But, right now we are busy trying to keep up with everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is incredible. And because you found a need. I mean, there's obviously a need for this. If you've, increased, the amount of people you're able to help, not just 100%, but even a little bit more than that. Because, from 30 to 85, that's a big increase.
Yes.
And, what do you think, what do you attribute the growth of the organization to?
Getting the word out, having more volunteers from different areas. We try to promote the program as much as we can so that people are aware of it. We have a actual form on our website that if people know of someone that's going through treatment, they can submit the form just through the website, and it sends us an email, and we send off the gas cards. So
well, and on top of that too, if you go to stridingandsurviving.org, that's Striding without the G, and we'll take you there right now on the screen, you can see some of the upcoming events too. And I can zoom in here because I'm telling you what, I need glasses. I'm starting to get bad here. Coming up is the craft sip and shop, and we'll talk about the spring vendor craft sip and shop after the break. But the annual dinner auction is coming up too, just right after the sip and shop, and then the community yard sales, which that's a big one in Hamill. That's kind of a bigger deal.
It is a big deal, and people donate items that they don't want to do their own yard sales to us, and we take donations, and it's been very successful for us, and another good way to fund our gas card program.
When did you launch Striding and Surviving?
2010.
That's incredible, and really just to see the growth here now, and this the last couple of years too, and it's really great, Alice. And what does it make you feel pretty good to see the growth of it, and just knowing that you are helping families in need?
It does. My family has a long history of relatives going through cancer, and so being able to do something. Obviously, we haven't found the cure, but we're striving to get there. But being able to at least help these families in some way is great. So.
And you guys can help by donating to Striding and Surviving and help those area families and help even more. If you guys keep growing like this, like you are, I mean, it just shows that no matter what, you can make a difference in somebody's life in any way possible. Go ahead and do it. A 501c3 nonprofit organization, and it's right ahead of the wonderful time of tax time and all of that. So if you didn't already get all of that in for this year, well, you can do it for next year already. Start planning ahead for your deductions. But also now, if you want a little bit of a last minute, good donation and then a little bit of help on the backside too.
Right.
That's always my sales pitch for the folks that can open the pocketbooks up, But what I really mean by this is, and you and I have talked about it, cancer's touched so many people in this community, and we've all, in some way, shape, or form, saw that person struggling in that battle, and if they wanted or they didn't get, or it didn't go the way we've all wanted it to go,
right.
I think even to have this, it's one of those things that the first time I talked to you, it really did almost bring a tear to my eye, because that gas card is hope too for somebody.
Right.
Where, even if everything's going wrong and it's just not looking good, hey, somebody took the time out of their day to come together as a group and to really make sure that at least this thing's taken care of. And that's the good in people,
Right. Right. And I mean, cancer doesn't discriminate on wealth or any of that. And a lot of these people, we have the elderly that are on the fixed income. We have young parents who have a sick child. It hits all over. And, being able to provide something as small as a gas card might be, it's just nice to be able to let them know someone is thinking about them and trying to help out.
Well, I love it. I really do. And as a group, this is where I find it even more incredible. You've been able to, as a group, donate over $420,000 to date.
Actually, we're up to 450 now, so we need to update our website.
But that's incredible. I mean, and how many folks are a part of your group?
We have about a dozen constant volunteers, and then we have other people that jump in. So we have people from all over the Metro East area. So
wow. Well, I really find it incredible because, that's where I always look for, the weight of an organization based off, what you guys are doing. And the gas card program, I think, seriously, I always kind of mentioned it, still have some pamphlets about it in the store I was telling you about. But it's the fact that also coming together to raise all of this, all of these funds to truly help people. And that's what I think is just really great about this whole thing, too. And with Sip and Shop, do those funds go to the gas card program and just for what you guys are doing as a whole?
They do. Basically, what happens with our Sip and Shop, our vendors buy a table or multiple tables for some of them, and they agree to donate an item. And those items are either used in our giveaways at the vendor fair or they are used on our silent and oral auctions. Mm-hmm. So our vendors go out of their way to help us with stuff, and we just like to make sure that, they get the support they need also.
Well, and you're right, because for some of those vendors, that's kind of make and break moments too, because they're, trying to stay above water too. And I think it's great that you're looking out for all parties in that.
Right.
Do you have a moment to take a break and we can come back and talk about the event?
Absolutely.
You stay there, we'll stay. See, I'm making you wait. That's a teaser in this business. We'll come back with more Daily Show right after this quick one on RiverBender.com and Roku.
Baby, you just ain't nothing yet. Here's something that you're never gonna forget. Baby, you just ain't nothing yet. Nothing yet, you ain't been around.
Welcome back, 10:26, a little bit of change on this Tuesday morning. It's colder than a lot of things. Shane Williams is on the line now. Shane, good morning to you, sir.
Well, good morning, CJ, and I hope you're staying warm.
No.
Oh, okay.
How's life treating you, Shane?
Oh, pretty good. Been out, playing in the snow, trying to get it off the driveway and stuff. But life is good.
See, what I do is I always let my neighbors get theirs done, and then that way I have a good place to throw my snow.
Well, I totally can understand that. One of the things I did, because it's a light, fluffier snow, I discovered that I could take my air blower and blow it off. I've blown off probably 2 inches, 3 inches. You can't wait till it's too deep, but that makes it easier later for the rest of the snow.
You just hit it right on the head. I mean, you literally just gave everybody the $1 million secret. I discovered that with the dry snow a little bit ago, and it has changed my life.
Yes.
Well, and Shane, really, what I think's great is coming down the pipeline in just 3 days, February the 21st, at Post Commons, to sip on some wine and have some appetizers and really listen to some great music. And this is, of course, Sips and Strings.
Oh yes, it's a wonderful time. It's a fundraiser. The tickets ahead of time online are $25 a piece. Getting wine, there's light appetizers, and you're just getting beautiful music. It's a great Friday night in the beautiful ambiance of the Post Commons, just to come and enjoy. And I would have people bring your friends, and ticket sales have been going well, and but we do have room for more.
Well, and honestly, is this your first time at a Post Commons with this event?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We've normally been at the Jacoby Arts Center, but now we've moved to the Post Commons, and we're just really looking forward to it. They've been really great to work with.
What about, really just the ambience of that? I mean, that to me is going to be beautiful with that just the way that old post office kind of facade is in that building, and the way that Hugh and all those folks have just done such a good job over there. I mean, what an experience.
Yes. It's just going to be a tremendous evening. Starts at 6:00, and just come in and enjoy light appetizers, good fun, fellowship, and friends.
How's everything been going today, ASO?
Everything has been going quite well, and we had a wonderful Christmas concert, including snowballs at our concert.
How'd you do? Did you win?
The snowballs?
Yeah, did you?
Well, the snowballs, the audience had them. We passed out over 100 snowballs, and we had a big snowball fight. A snowball fun time.
There you go.
in the middle of a concert. It was really great. We had our raffle for our guest conductor to conduct sleigh ride, and it was just a wonderful evening. And speaking of that, this Sunday, we have our third concert of the season. It's Celebrate One and All, and it's at the Hathaway Center at the beautiful Lewis and Clark Community College, and starts at 3:00. It's not as long as our other concerts. Does not have an intermission, but it has a lot of great things to offer, and we just encourage people to come. As far as the cost, this is a concert that we do, and it's for donation only. So if you're able to donate, that's great. If you just want to come to a concert and see what it's about, that's great as well. And if you can give more, then that's great as well.
Well, and honestly, what a great, time to really get all of this going too, Shane, because, we're at this time of the year where folks are, kind of getting cooped up in their homes. I mean, we've had the snows and we've had all of this winter weather, but, now that we're starting to see the glimmers of spring and summer, this is a great way to kind of do that. We start off with Sips and Strings, and what better date night, really, than going to a coffee shop, listening to some great music and having some good appetizers. And then on that Sunday, or correct, is that Sunday the 23rd?
Yes.
You get to go and wrap up your weekend with you guys yet again.
Oh, yes. And we've got, it's not just the orchestra playing, but we've got a guest singer coming in, the wonderful Nadiana Ortez, and she's just really beautiful. We did a rehearsal last night with her, and people are just in for a beautiful treat, as well as we have our Marie Stillwell winner. Her name is Miss Zoe Baldwin. And let me just tell you, you have not heard Mendelssohn till you've heard her play it. She does. It's not a lot. You see a lot of players who just work on the technique, and this is what I've got. No, the technique is what she has, but she takes that technique and she plays Mendelssohn. She allows the music to breathe. You follow it right through the line. She just one of the outstanding young and upcoming talents. She's a junior in high school, and if you were behind a screen, you wouldn't know that she wasn't a professional.
Wow. Well, that's and really just another great showcasing of what ASO is all about too, of providing that, foundation for so many wonderful artists that are here in our region, our youth, and giving them that spotlight.
Yes, and also with our title of Celebrate One and All, we are featuring women composers. We're playing the wonderful Hymn for Everyone by Grammy Award winner Jessie Montgomery, and we're doing some movements of the Gaelic Symphony by Amy Beach, as well as we are having the seniors of the Alton Youth Symphony. We're going to have just a couple of short pieces with them, and we have an up-and-coming conductor that we're going to feature as well, who's going to conduct on a piece. And it's just, we have so many things in life to celebrate, and music is one of the things that we would like to share these gifts with everyone this Sunday.
Well, and honestly, Shane, if it's one of those two where it's just a great opportunity for the community to go out and celebrate and really life in just a different way for folks that maybe have, maybe wanted some different form of entertainment and getting back to the basics of what made entertainment great. And that's just wonderful music from symphony. And, Shane, with that being said, how's the endowment fund going before I let you go?
Well, the endowment fund is going well. I took a pie in the face at the holiday concert. We were at the beginning of the concert. We were $2,900 from raising our $25,000 to get a matching $25,000, and by intermission we had $3,000 come in, and I took a pie in the face for it. And and let me tell you, I've usually been the one throwing the pie, but this wonderful young lady, she found she had the star in her program, and she hit me in the face with a pie of whipped cream. And not only did she hit me in the face, but she held her other hand whipped behind my head to make sure I wouldn't flinch. And so I really had quite a smack there. But it was wonderful, all done. Whipped cream went all over everything, but it was a great cause, and we're still looking so forward to not just stopping here, but we're looking for that long term of donation and contribution, because the orchestra has been around for like 80 years now, and we're looking to set it up for another 80 years with our endowment.
100%. And Shane, we'll make sure to link all of that too, and make sure that the public is aware on ways that they contribute. My voice is going out on you, Shane, but I want to make sure I just want people to know I love everything Alton Symphony Orchestra does, and really glad that we're able to find the time, because my phone was causing some issues for CJ last week. And Shane, really appreciate your patience with me, and I always enjoy having you on the show and really talking about these great events.
Well, CJ, I appreciate that, and more, I know you're doing a job there, and we all do jobs, but I just appreciate you as a person, and with the vision of bringing important things to the community and filling them in and letting them know and just showing how you care for them, and really appreciate that, and how you care for the Alton Symphony and the other arts in the area.
Well, thank you, Shane. And once again, tickets for Sip and Strings are $25. Is that correct?
$25 online and $30 at the door. You've got you're able to buy bottles of wine as well, but there's wine tasting, there's light appetizers. There'll be some other vendors that are there that have high quality things that you might find very interesting on that night away to enjoy friends and family and good music.
And we can do that again, folks, on February the 21st at 6 p.m. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com, and then we'll see you on the 23rd at Lewis and Clark for that donation and ticket admission, and going to be just a great show. Shane Williams, thank you, sir.
CJ, thank you. Have a great day. Stay warm.
No problem. We'll take a quick break, and a great conversation comes back right around the pipeline after this on RiverBender.com.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois, with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'll be over the edge now in no time at all. I'm falling faster and faster and faster with no time to stall.
Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you in the nose at 10:41 on this Tuesday morning. It is the 18th day of February. Eric Robinson in studio. Coming up on February the 20th in just 2 days, the Underground Railroad tours at Lewis and Clark Community College.
Correct.
How are we doing today, sir?
Well, like my grandfather said, days like today make Robinsons wish that we were in Arizona watching the pitchers and catchers work out with the Dodgers.
That's a great point. I was thinking the same thing myself, but in Jupiter.
The streets are not that bad. You just have to remember what Larry Reed taught you. Larry Reed and the boys, and we call them boys, and driver's ed taught you. In weather like this, drive defensively, drive below the speed limit, and keep at least 3 vehicles length between you and the car ahead of you, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
pay attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But, one of those days, too, where, some people decided to hang out at home and get some stuff done. Some people are out.
I tell you, the streets aren't that bad. You can only do so much with an inch of snow.
Oh, and the dry snow, too. I mean, that powder just packs down.
Yeah, it does. And when you get an inch, there's no point doing anything with it, because even if you do something with it, there's still going to be some there. And so most people have taken that as a clue to just stay in, but I, like a damn fool, left Upper Alton and came down here. People were driving by looking at me, wonder what the hell is wrong with that man. Well, you know that he is light, but he was really light, and I could have walked I like walking in the middle of the street, and on a day like today, I could have walked in the middle of the street, and nobody would have challenged, not a person would have challenged me.
No.
Nobody was out at all, and it wasn't bad. This is like Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is like this. It get a millimeter of snow, and it shuts the city down. And you get this weather like this, and nobody's coming out at all.
What's funny is you said right, because I kept telling people, even no matter what type of snow we're getting, Tuesday morning's gonna be fine. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Now Tuesday afternoon, whatever, I can see getting a couple inches. You go home early.
Yeah.
But we'll find out where the line hits. We still got a few hours to tell. But you're right. Everybody just settles on down, and they call it a snow day at about a half an inch of a dusting of snow.
Well, it reminds me, it was winter of 2000. I was teaching at Lewis and Clark, and it was in January, and they were predicting Snowmageddon. Mrs. Snook had the best day of her life because people came and bought her out big time. And here we are. Lewis and Clark got scared, and they called off early. They said on Friday we're going to be closed. Well, they were saying 8 o'clock. We're going to get about 10 inches. We're going to get about 10 inches. We're going to get about 10 inches. 12 o'clock, we're going to get about 12 inches. We're going to get about 12 inches. We're going to get about 12 inches. 3 o'clock, we're going to get about 12 inches. About 12 inches. At 5 o'clock, they called it off. It's 40 degrees and dry. And the next January, we had an ice storm hit. I remember the date. It was the day that the anniversary of my father's death. We had an ice storm hit. No, my surgery was the anniversary of his death. So it was on the 17th. An ice storm hit, and they didn't call off school. They didn't call off anything. And I, like a damn fool, I was living up on West 4th Street. And I, like a damn fool, I was bound and determined to get to class. It's first week of the semester. I was bound and determined to get to class. And it was about 32 degrees, comfortable, not bad. So I loaded my car, the ice there. I said, well, it's just a little ice. I could handle that. Ice was there. I loaded my car. I was driving back then. I went back to my apartment because I forgot a book. And when I did that, I slipped and fell on the ice and broke my leg.
Oh my goodness!
And so I was out for 6 weeks.
Whoa!
I was out for 6 weeks. But I suppose Lewis and Clark said they weren't going to be fooled a second time. They're not canceling class.
Well, I should have canceled class that day.
They should have canceled. Yeah.
That happened to me when I was in middle school. It was like 12 degrees. It was 2013 when the Arctic blast came in, and it was negative 12, and then there was like 6 inches of snow, and no one called off school around because Edwardsville didn't call off. And, all of a sudden, the next day, everyone's riding the superintendent up. This is 2 superintendents ago, by the way, or 3 superintendents ago. And man, we were off for 5 days in a row after that. It was almost like they felt like they needed to make up for a few of those.
They make up for that real fast.
That was pain and suffering
They make
money.
up for real fast. But when we talk about the Underground Railroad, this is the type of weather where somebody would probably plan to escape. And it's in winter, because typically what happened was the slaves who escaped in the Underground Railroad through Alton came originally from the slave markets in downtown St. Louis. They were typically brought there from Maryland, Delaware, and Kentucky, and they were going to be sold to planters who would take them down to Louisiana, and that was a several months process.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the first part of the year, and usually the planters down in Louisiana and Mississippi, they needed people not for cultivation, but they needed them for harvesting. Yeah. Because the harvesting of sugar was very labor intensive and very costly. You could get scalded. I mean, anybody who bakes,
right,
understands very well that it's easy to get scalded with sugar.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And this was sugar water they were using, and it was high boiling amount. And they were using cane knives that could easily decapitate and dismember. And so the planters during the harvesting of cane went through a lot of people. Yeah. And so they needed a lot of people to replace them. Sometimes they got that through workers who came from, who were in cotton plantations. They'd be sent down to sugar plantations to harvest sugar and then brought back up to harvest the cotton. Mm-hmm. But but they would come up to St. Louis. And we talk about baseball, but if you go to where the St. Louis Arch is, and the St. Louis Busch Stadium, I still call it the new Busch Stadium. But if you go there to downtown St. Louis, that was where the slave traders were. Wow. And the planters would come up. Sometimes we get them in Memphis. Memphis was designed as a trader's point, but they'd sometimes come up to St. Louis. And not only did you have people who were trading slaves from the upper part of the South, you also had Missourians selling slaves, because Missourians had to, the personal property tax was tax on property in your household. And that was a head tax. It was a poll tax.
Whoa!
A tax on your slaves.
Okay.
And so if you had slaves, that was an easy way to pay your tax. Now you gave your age, kind of, and I think you're what, 25?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At the age of 25, your price would go up, as opposed to somebody like myself. And at the age of 59, my price would not be very much higher. Mm-hmm. If you're somebody like Jared Henning, who's almost 80. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give Jared's age. Jared is almost 80. You couldn't sell him at all. He has these little skinny little yellow legs.
Jared's almost 80?
Yes, he is. Didn't
no
you know that?
Way.
Have you ever seen Jared without his teeth?
Oh, no, stop.
Well, that's the reason for you to come to the Underground Railroad Court, Lewis and Clark, because we get Jared to take out his teeth.
No.
Yeah, and he shows his age.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You should see Jared when he's not on camera.
Oh no, I never have asked.
You should see him when he doesn't have makeup.
Stop.
Jared looks slight different when he doesn't have makeup. He has these wrinkles, and he gets these false teeth out. He's got these little skinny little bird legs like this. That kind of knock knee. And when we were in Fences together, I was on stage with him. I was doing my performance, and I could hear this knocking going on, and it was Jared's knock knees and his teeth. I can't kid. He was almost 60 then. But at any rate, what you would do, and Jared better not be texting you. Jared better not be texting you. But if you are, the slaves who are most valuable were the slaves who are in childbearing age, especially if they were female. Do you need to stop?
No. We're fine for right now. We'll take a pause.
And at 25, if you were female, your price would be the most.
Because of your bearing of children.
Because you can bear children. Actually, you'd be at peak age. And peak age started when you hit puberty. So that was when.
Would that be around the age of like 11 or 12? I mean, that I hate to say that, but I mean, for puberty,
12,
wow.
about 12.
Wow.
Yeah, about 12. It was not uncommon for women, for females to start bearing children at 12 and 13. Yeah. And they would bear until they were no longer fertile, which theoretically would be until they're in their 40s.
Wow.
And that's why you get somebody like Sojourner Truth saying, I bore 17 children and never one of them sold away. She started young and it concluded at an older age.
So, I mean, it really does bring in perspective, though. I mean, it really does to what, it's not even just dependent on, the person, but just the ages and just...
The age is rather interesting.
And it's a weird way to say it, but I don't know what proper term to... It's almost like this awful lottery where it's, if you're... if unfortunately you're of, that age, it's, I mean, there's not much else. I mean, you're kind of just there.
You're there. And remember, in that time period, there's no such thing as consent.
Right.
I'll put it like that.
You're 100%
right. If your ancestors, for example, I knew some Nasellos who were bricklayers.
Mm-hmm.
And if your ancestors in Italy had somebody who worked in their household, or they were working in someone's household in northern Italy, that person in that household could demand certain favors. It's a sad fact about ballet in Russia.
Yeah.
That the ballerinas in Russia were serfs, provided sexual favors to the lords there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's one of those things, though, where we don't get that in history class. You
don't. That's one thing that people always say when I do my tours. They didn't talk about this in history. No, we don't. We give you the polished apple without the worm.
Because that's something that, I mean, honestly, is the more that I, kind of read up on just certain individuals, you realize, I mean, there was so much more than, that meets the eye than what we were told. It's from, the sex trafficking and sexual assaults to the child trafficking that was going on through this. And you realize, I mean, you had to be the strongest of the strong to survive.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just really incredible. Do you have a moment to stick around so I can pay a bill?
Yeah, I do.
I got to pay a quick bill here. Last bill of the day, and it belongs to, our great sponsors. Make sure you stop by and thank them as they keep me on the air and in a job at 10:53 on this Tuesday morning. More Daily Show next.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
So let's leave it alone, 'cause we can't see.
The time is 10:56 on this 18th day of February. It is a Tuesday morning in downtown Alton. We're coming back with Eric Robinson, and we're talking about the Underground Railroad tours, which are set on February the 20th. What time do they start?
This is an afternoon tour, 1 to 3. The weather's not an issue. This is actually perfect touring weather. We're not going to get out of the bus. And the motor vehicle, the vehicle we're going to use, will be large enough and comfortable enough for people.
Really cool. And
the only problem that you have on a tour really is if the sun is bright and shining and
because it's
a lot of
hitting
glass.
you,
Yeah, that's kind of difficult.
Now, how many spots do you guys go through?
Oh, it depends. I don't mention that at the beginning because I like to hear Jared's knees now. And I like his reaction when I tell him when he finds out where we're going to go. But we're going to talk about issues as far as my research.
Okay.
As in the Underground Railroad. Now, you said your name is Nasello, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I knew two great groups of Nasellos. I knew the sons of Charlie Nasello at high school, and I knew the son and daughter of Pete Nasello. So which one are you?
Charlie.
You're Charlie. Okay. You're Charlie and Carol's grandson. Okay. Are you sure?
I'm almost. I mean, I guess I can't be
because you look more like Pete.
Yeah.
You look like Pete's side. You look like Pete inside.
Well, you're gonna laugh at that.
Well, the funny thing about it is that we go back a bit because my mother worked at the state hospital with your grandmother.
Oh, really unique.
And so
okay.
I remember when your aunt was born.
Yep.
I was in school with I was in school with all of them, but Tim and I were in class together.
Really
Uncle
cool.
Tim. And I, for one, know why your father almost didn't graduate from high school.
Oh no, not the Redbird.
The Redbird.
Not the Redbird.
I told a lot of people. I used to tell everybody about that. And when I taught at Lewis and Clark, we shared nursing students. And so they would come in and ask, "Is this true?" And he said, "Oh, you had Robbins." But at any rate, the only thing we have to base that on is your word.
True.
So one thing that is true about people who escaped, they did not have ID.
That's a good.
They did not have birth certificates. Did not become a feature in American society until 1939 with the Social Security Act. Mm-hmm. I could say I was whomever,
right,
and people would believe it.
Right.
I can come here and say I'm not Joyce and Preston Robinson's son, but instead I am the son of Nora and Essex Robinson. And the only people that know the truth about it, were the descendants of those families.
Right.
My brothers and Essex and Nora's daughters, and Essex's daughter, Crystal. They would know the truth, but nobody else would.
Right.
One of the things that happened with people who escaped as escaped slaves was that they, when they came to a place, they were often absorbed into families.
Yeah.
And those families helped protect them. Alan Pinkerton, for example, did that at his barrel making shop in Dundee, Illinois. And you have stories about people in Wood Station doing that. That's some of the things that we cover.
Let me ask you this, though. Because you bring up I've never thought about this before, but you're right. I mean, you have no identity whenever you're, doing, you really don't. I mean,
yeah.
You can, did that affect do you have any research on what that did and affected the mentality and mental? I mean, because to me, you have no identity.
I can talk about my own family.
Okay.
Because there was My paternal grandfather's maternal grandfather had the name D.R. Ellington. He was an Ellington, D.R. Ellington. Everybody called him D.R. They thought it meant Dr. Redmond, or he said it was. And you get to detail, and he came to Edwardsville. He lived in Cass. He was one of the first Negro property owners in the city of Edwardsville proper on Cass Street. That house stayed in the family until Aunt Mally died in the in the 1990s. But D.R. Ellington had been a slave somewhere. It was anywhere from Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and it just changed it place to place.
Right.
Well, until he showed up and married Mary Owens, my paternal grandfather's maternal grandmother. There's no record of him.
That's incredible.
They're very much like, say, you hear the story rather frequently. Rick Fasten, who is a gentleman, would talk about this. That people would come from the old country.
Yeah.
And they would encounter anti-Irish, anti-Italian prejudice. They'd anglicize their name, or they'd come across and they encounter anti-Semitic prejudice, or anti-Irish prejudice, and they change their name, or they're like the Cowsleys. Cowsleys were Irish Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
But when they came to Illinois, they became Presbyterians.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because Presbyterians had less prejudice than Irish Catholics.
This is so fascinating.
And so this or we see it today. I had a student who had the name KC, K.C. That was her first name. And I asked her about it, and she said her mother gave her that name to avoid sexist prejudice.
Wow.
Well, what you did when you were escaped slave, you changed your name to avoid being captured.
Right.
So what the slaveholder would have would a series of aliases and series of names if they wanted to find the slave. It was a matter of trying to outwit the slave in picking the name.
So it really was. I mean, this was a battle of wits and everything else.
Battle of wits and everything else, and you had something like, how much time do I have?
Whatever you want.
Oh,
this is great.
Whatever. Oh, my goodness. I can talk for 16 weeks.
Fair point. We got about till 11:10. You know?
Okay. You talked to Jared, and he said time limit. Okay. You see this? Ladies and gentlemen? This is a Schnucks receipt. You got the coupons. Are they sponsors? No, they're not sponsors, but they're coupons. Okay. You understand this has no value.
No.
At least it has no value unless I decide to take something back.
Right.
That's how it has value. But no other value.
Right.
If you were 25, and I'll point this out, the Nasello, or not so much your dad, but Tim. Mm-hmm. Tim looked young.
Yeah.
Tim looked young.
Absolutely.
And Tim and I were two of the shorter people in our class. And we both looked young. And even when Tim grew his mustache after he got out of the Navy, he looked young. And you know, you're I know Tim was ID'd, and I had to be ID'd because I smoked a pipe. I smoked a pipe, too. But at any rate, that ID is very valuable.
Correct.
You say who your age is.
Yep.
I know when Tim joined the Navy, he had to prove his age.
Right.
He had to have a birth certificate.
Right.
Well, your birth certificate is an official document. Your ID is an official document. Your driver's license is an official document. If you say are ham radio operator, you have an ID. That's an official document. Your FOID is an official document. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to whoever issues it. So that whoever asks for it, you have to present it.
Right.
And you can't destroy it. This, however, if you were, let me put it like this. If you were a slave, if you're a freed Negro in Illinois, a document like this, a receipt from this county saying you posted a bond of $500, which is equal to 1 year's income. It's not transferable. So if you go from Madison County to Macoupin County, you need a new bond. And you needed it if you were of age. So the good thing about you is you're 25.
Yeah.
That means that if you start looking like an adult, you would need one of these.
I get what you're saying because it goes back to that identity, right? Because some people could have been 30 that looked 21 or 18 or 17.
21 or 18. I looked when I taught middle school. The 7th graders thought I was an 8th grader. I had a master's degree and I worked at Lehman Brothers. That they thought I was a 7th grader, 8th grader. And they always commented my dad smoked a good pipe. But at any rate, this document had to be presented at all times.
Yeah.
And this is what can happen. You gave me this document.
Boom.
You gave me this document. I just teared it up like this.
Oh, my God.
And I would do one of these numbers. I'd get up, grab a hold of you, say I'm selling you.
Oh, my.
And yeah, word up, baby.
Was that pretty prevalent in this area? I mean,
it was prevalent enough.
So,
and you see it in the population behaviors of Negroes in the Alton area. Only 4 cities in Illinois had a population in town of 100 or more Negroes. They were Jacksonville, Quincy, Springfield, and Alton. Most Negroes lived outside of town, and the place where Negroes lived was primarily in Hunterstown, the area between Ridge Street and Alton City Cemetery above Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
That was Hunterstown. And they were protected by Charles Hunter, who was an innkeeper. And it was always always integrated. I'm going to make a blind guess in saying that your family were associated with St. Patrick's Church at one time.
Could have been, maybe.
Yeah, because that had a large Italian population.
They were at St. Mary's, a lot of it.
Yeah,
it was St. Mary, but because they grew up on McClure Street. I knew that.
Well, that parish included McClure Street.
Yeah.
And so, but at any rate, that's the area. St. Patrick's is the area of Hunterstown, and Hunter protected populations that were there. But most Alton's Negroes lived outside of town. We lived along Oakwood and Salu. We lived in Wood Station and Fosterburg. We lived in Rocky Fork. And they're talking about a couple hundred in each of those.
Wow.
And it was a matter of living in rural areas where you're safe. Where honestly you were around family members.
Yeah.
Who could protect you. And that's why it's important for me to say, hey, I knew this about your grandparents.
Right.
I knew who Charlie. I knew what Charlie Nasello did with soccer. Yeah. I knew that. I know who your cousin Pete Nasello is. Yeah. I know that. Okay.
I get what you're saying.
And say, well, I know who Joyce Robinson is. I know this. I know this person.
I get that. Yeah.
And so saying that you know somebody actually had greater currency than the piece of paper. Because if somebody came here to take you away and saying, this is not CJ Nasello.
Right.
Rather, this is the nefarious, the great, nefarious Irish so-and-so.
Right.
And I'm going to take him in. I can say, wait a minute, I know him. You know me, I know him. He's accurate. And that was true about when you talk about people who are escaped slaves or free blacks who were caught and kidnapped or threatened to be kidnapped by slave traders because, again, there were no identity papers.
Oh, my goodness. This is so fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. And it's so fascinating, too, because to me, this is where I find it unique. And I'm sure it was different because you've done the research. It's just my perception just listening to this is we have today social media and all these really up-to-date newspapers that are even, printing every evening and morning or printing around the clock. And back then, I mean, you had to rest on your morals based on really what you and your immediate society around you was resting on.
Yeah, well, that's what people meant was community is very important. That's why sociologists made that statement.
This is such a we're out of time today, but I
could talk about the Klan in Upper Alton. They actually played a role.
Did they really?
Yeah, well, the Klan used to protect certain people in the saloon neighborhood.
Really?
From the boys of Western Military Academy.
Why so?
Well, because the Klan did not want everybody to know they had girlfriends.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so let's do this.
But you didn't hear that from me.
No, but let's do this real quick. So what? Let's talk about the tour again.
The tour is Thursday, February the 20th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Lewis and Clark Community College. You need to call Jared Henning at Lewis and Clark Community College. And if I remember Jared's number, it's 618-468-6400 to make a reservation. And he'll give you the details. It's a free tour paid for by your tax dollars, but you get the great benefit of seeing Jared without makeup.
And no teeth.
And no teeth. You think he's funny without hair? You should see him without teeth.
Well, Eric, if you ever have time to come back on and talk about this more, I'd love to have you, because we could talk about this for 2 hours.
Like I said, I can... Tim and Greg both... No, I shouldn't say Greg, that's your dad. Tim, Greg, and... Pete and Sherry all know I can get started and I can finish.
Well, let me give you a call sometime in the next couple of weeks, and let's have an extended conversation about this. I find it so fascinating, and thank you again for your time.
Are you going to give me 2 hours?
Oh, I'll give you I'll give you an hour. Can we do an hour?
I can't say anything in an hour. Ask your mother, ask your grandmother about Robinsons.
We're out of time today, but I'll see you back here tomorrow for more of our daily show. Until then, have a great day. Stay warm, stay safe, but most importantly, try your best to stay out of jail.
He said it would.